3 in a row for Tyler Medaglia. Tyler, let's take us through this weekend. 2025 Corduroy Enduro, the champ. How'd it go?
Well, it started off kind of squirrely. I took a crash on the prologue on the first day, on Friday, and it just caught me off guard. I cross-rided going down a hill. It was pretty silty. It spat me off the bike, and I was kind of concerned that I hit my head. There was no marks on my helmet, but I definitely had whiplash because the top of both of my shoulders were cut or scraped. So that was not an ideal way to start, but I still ended up getting third choice for my row, so I picked row 2, and yeah, it seemed to pay off. I mean, the very first test we had dust from the demo course that had been running all week, or well, for 2 days before the event, so it was blown out, and so the very first test it was kind of slow, but for the most part I was on a pretty good row. The guys ahead of me kind of cut the trail in so I could see. The leaves weren't as bad as last year, and yeah, I mean, I had 2 really good solid days. Today was a bit squirrely, but yeah, I was pretty happy.
Okay, now you got to take us through it because I do have the photos from Ryder Heacock. He stopped in the transfer to help you out and stuff like that. They're using the background of the shot right now. Take us through that, man, because you went full Danny Magoo Chandler for a while.
Yeah, so on one of the tests, I think it was a 5K test, so it was pretty quick. So I knew these ones are pretty even, so there's not a lot of time to be made. The longer ones is where you can make up a bunch of time. So I was I'll go at a decent pace. But we started, and I don't know what happened, but I hit a rock and it sheared off my foot peg. Not just the peg itself, but the mount, because I run pretty heavy duty foot pegs that don't really bend when you hit rocks. But the aluminum mount just ripped right off. So I did that 5K test with no foot peg, and I was standing on one leg and just kind of resting my foot on the brake pedal. So I was concerned. I'm gonna smoke the rear brake, but I have to get through this. It was only short. Unfortunately, there wasn't a checkpoint or a gas stop, so I couldn't work on the bike in between the next test. And the next test on the sheet, it said that it was 8 kilometers, but when we got there in staging, it said that it was 10 kilometers. So I was oh my god, this is really, really gonna suck, because I didn't even have I had an inch that I could kind of rest my foot on, but otherwise I'm just holding my leg in the air. My hip flexor was just burning just in the transfer because it was bumpy. And then somebody had a set of vice grips.
Yeah, how did this happen? Did you flag them down? They saw you?
No,
how did it work?
I was just I can't remember. Ryder maybe told me hey, go talk to whoever's got the biggest tool belt. So I was hey, I was asking a couple people, and I'm hey, do you have vice grips? And he's yeah, I have vice grips. So he handed me vice grips. I clamped them on as tight as we could. I got a couple zip ties. We zip tied it tight so it wouldn't move. And then it was something to leave my foot on, and it lasted. So it lasted 4 kilometers. The first 30 seconds, I was kind of easing up on it, and then I was hey, you know what? I gotta go. So I went pretty well flat out, and then I came in hot. I had to lean it, and I leaned a little bit too far, and because it was sticking out so far, it just clipped and shot off. But the rest on that one, there was a bit of a motocross track, so I could sit down and kind of just do it with one foot. So it was wild.
Okay, now that's a great story for this year's event for sure, man. Now how about so it ends and then we do the motocross test. Obviously thinking as well. Obviously you and Quinn, it's going to be you two guys. How was your lead going into that? How were you thinking? I mean, you stayed right behind him, which was crazy with the dust.
Yeah, well, the idea was if I was so close to him that the roost was actually just hitting the front of my bike, and it wasn't going into my face.Maybe a little bit in the apex of the turns, but I would try to stay close to his wheel so that way I could still see where I was going, so I could hold it wide open. I mean, it was a 3-lapper on a really tight track, so I just wanted to pressure him, see if he could see if I could pressure him into a little mistake or something. But I wasn't going to take any risks because like you say, I had some time to play with, and but yeah, it was fun, and I think we put on a pretty good show.
Nice, man. Okay, so 3 wins, 3 in a row, 3 different brands. What do we got? What's next? What do we got for next year? You come back and try to make it 4.
Yeah, definitely. This event is a staple in Canada now, and it's yeah, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Like the off-road side of things is growing exponentially. So it's between this and FMSQ is just, yeah, it's fun for me, and it's a new thing, and it's exciting, and I've done it since I was a kid. I've always rode in the bush, and I've always had that like certain comfort of going fast between the trees. So yeah, it's just it's easy because now I can get, the motocross stuff. It's nice for me just to like that's Talon's time, and yeah. So when I go to the motocross races, it's easy for me just to not race because I've tried it for a couple of years. The way he's going and how fast he's riding right now, it's just not fun and enjoyable for me to ride as well. So take a step back, let him do the moto stuff, and then yeah, I'll stay in the bush.
Nice. Okay, now I have to mention, you mentioned FMSQ, you went undefeated. Congrats on that. That's pretty impressive as well. What's next for you?
Yeah, just Talon has the Blue Crew event at the Motocross of Nations, and then I'm hoping to host an event October 19th at Calais Raceway. Do something fun again, but yeah, just now I can a little bit of time off and play in the woods on the 250 two-stroke and do some hard enduro.
Nice. Well, congratulations on yet another win. Who do you want to thank, Tyler?
Well, Kirk from Valley Yamaha. I mean, without him, this year wouldn't have been possible. Yeah, just my wife, Brookfield Bakery, Calais Moto, and yeah, just like everybody that supports me and puts up with my shit, really.
All right, well, hey, congratulations, and we'll see you in Indiana.
Yes, sir.